I tried everything. It looks like my capture card or something's going on where I don't know, man. It's weird. Wait a minute. How come I could see it here in the browser, but not here? How does that make it make sense? Video capture device. Make it make How is it that I could see it here? Fine. Perfect. Hey Julio, I was having some trouble, man. I'm still having trouble. This is gonna look so messy. And I had it all nice and clean and this one here. Oh, you can't see it, but let's see if I can't get the camera working. No. I really had to switch back and forth. Man, that's ridiculous. Video capture device. What am I doing wrong? Is it me? Am I doing something wrong? What? Okay, what are my settings here? I got custom. I did custom here. Match output FPS. Maybe that's what I'm not doing right over here. So over here, device default. Maybe I should do custom. Booyah. Not working. Ah. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why it's doing that. But you know what? That's fine. Oh, what happened now? And I lost it. I had it and I lost it. I think something's going on with my capture card. I really think something's going on with my capture card. Or my PC. Because I just had that and I lost it now. Boy, that really stinks. Well, could just stick around and just hang out for a bit, I guess. Let's see. How's it going? Really wish this would work. Hmm. Well, you know what? That's fine. Let's just I don't know. Let's just read some posts. Let's see what Reset Era has. Who cares? Oh, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl copies are on the wild and leaking. I don't want to click on that. I don't want to see any leaks. Although they're old games, I don't see how. Shin Megami Tensei 5 releasing on Nintendo Switch. Happy Home Paradise. Is Animal Crossing New Horizons Nintendo's worst online experience? What? I picked up the game again and I've seen crap netcode before, but AC actively makes conscious design decisions to like going through a million effing menus at the airport to only one person joining one by one. Set airplane cutscene going off every 5 seconds. So whoa and oh drumsticks. I don't know. I wouldn't say. I don't know. What is the most bullcrap you endured in a game? I thought about different ways to approach this thread, but like, I think it's guess what? I just beat Final Fantasy X. It's the third time I played it. The first two just went through it, but partway through this time, I decided I was going to 100% it. I still love the game despite having fallen out of love with JRPGs. A huge majority of them just feel like time sinks. Their gameplay is repetitive, and the stories aren't as captivating now that I expanded my entertainment beyond video games. Okay. What is his point? Call of Duty WoW on veteran. Okay. It's kind of boring. Games people downplay the difficulty of. Every game people downplay the difficulty of. They all do that. If you say that even something like Dark Souls, like, oh, that's not that hard. Oh, I beat it. I beat it without dying. I recently reached chapter 11 Final Fantasy 13. Oh gosh, Final Fantasy 13. Ugh. Kingdom Hearts 2. Final Fantasy Tactics Advance and Final Fantasy Tactics A2, people downplay the difficulty because they're the kiddie versions. They consider them kiddie versions of FFT, but they're actually much harder than the original. Yeah, I wouldn't say. I mean, I remember beating FFT when I was young, so I that might be right. I remember FFTA being kind of difficult. Market only music that should be in the game. Marketing only music that should have been in the game. Look at this quest. Elden Ring gameplay. That looks incredible. Super Mario 3D All Stars got an update that adds support for the new Nintendo Switch controller. Television Amico. That's a disaster, huh? Oh, this might be spicy right here. This might be interesting to see. Let's look at the last few. I don't know. My N64 controller is still at pre-order with the state of emulation. Won't touch Mario 64 again without the ability to duck with C under the analog trigger. What is it? Okay. Maybe I'm not understanding. Haven't got to a level yet. Haven't seen that. Not to be an apologist for Nintendo, but I've had a go with Mario 64 and Ocarina of Time on my Shield and my Switch OLED, and I don't have any complaints about how they look or feel so far. Seriously, if I'd stayed out of the other thread, I'd be perfectly happy right now. I'm quite impressed that I'm playing N64 games in 2021 and not feeling the nostalgia drain from me, and my controller hasn't turned up yet. Okay. I mean, that's okay. That rumble motor looks very substantial. Let me hook up my... I got my earbuds hooked up to my Switch. Let me hook them up to the PC so I can... My headset... There we go. $445. That's a pretty big rumble motor. It looks way better than the Joy-Con, Joy-Con joystick. This is cool. Virtually identical. They probably still had the same molds. They just had to alter them a bit, maybe, or they recreated them. Oh, it looks like it's almost exactly the same thing. They just grabbed a tube of gray caulk and just filled it in. That's pretty cool. Let me see if I can't get this working right. Oh, there we go. That's better. No purchase for me until Bomberman 64 is on there. I remember that. Bomberman 64 was actually a lot of fun. It was kind of disappointing though. Like I don't know what I was expecting when Bomberman 64 was coming out, but I and it was fun, but I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting like an adventure game with Bomberman 64. I remember that. Like I was pretty disappointed when that came out. Again, I'm like 12 or 13. I didn't know what Bomberman was. So I just thought like, "Oh, that sounds so cool. It sounds like an adventure game. Like it'll have like I don't know, like it'll have levels or something." And it turned out it wasn't like that. I don't remember. I remember it liking it, but being disappointed. I played at least a couple minutes in each game last night. Quick verdicts. Mario 64 feels and looks exactly the same as the recent All Stars. That's not what I've heard. I played it to completion last year. Mario doesn't feel great to control. He's got the turning circle of the Titanic. I From the little bit that I played on the All Stars version, I don't know. I thought it played great. More well, maybe I did notice a little bit of lag now that I think about it. Like I had to kind of like but it was a quick adjustment. Like I was like, "Oh, this kind of feels a little weird," but I quickly adjusted. Mario Kart definitely experienced some input lag with this one. I messed up every corner in Luigi Circuit. Dr. Mario 64. I don't even remember that game. Looks vivid and joyful for Yoshi. Yoshi story. Sin and Punishment. Eh. Mostly positive comments here. It's not really ragging on the price for online or any of the other stuff that's going on. Hmm. Any other Nintendo forums posts? Okay. There's not really anything here. What's it other? There's another website. It's a brand new website. It's a Nintendo forum. Install base. Install base. That is just a Nintendo forum. I know that. Oh, but you can't unless you're like you can't see like all of it now that I remember. You have to be a member to. Oh, that sucks. Well, we could look at we could talk a little bit about the sales. Yeah, that sucks. Maybe there's a forum post. I unironically love Nintendo quarterly reports because of its reminder how stupid Nintendo software attachment rates are. Yes. PS4 has 25 million more consoles sold than the Switch. And the Switch has 6 games with more sales than Sony's best first party seller. 6 games with more sales than Sony's best first party seller. That's so ridiculous, dude. Whoa. Mario Kart 8, 38.74 million. Animal Crossing, 34.8. Super Smash Bros. Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, which is impressive. I thought for a second that Mario was selling more than, if I'm not mistaken, there was a point that Odyssey sold more than Zelda. But Zelda's been more of an evergreen title than Odyssey. I'm pretty sure. I'm almost positive. You know what? We could find out. Let's see. How can we find that out? That's maybe 2020. I think around 2020. Switch top selling games, maybe. Oh, here we go. In the US. No, I'm talking about like totals. It's what? Where can I get that information? Nintendo Reels best ones so far. I want 2020. No. Maybe if I put this in quotes. 2020. Here we go. 10 best-selling games. No, this is the recent one, isn't it? So why did they say 2020? Like, oh, it was. Everything is 2 days ago. I'm telling you, I think Zelda passed over it. That's the MPD. Here we go. Yeah, you see, this was right, I think, right when it was crossing it. Because Mario, well, since then, I mean, right here they're tied. And since then, now, I mean, yeah, it sold, yeah, 2 million more, a little bit more than 2 million. So, yeah, Breath of the Wild is definitely more of an evergreen title than Odyssey. Only two new games. Let's see. Let's look at the financial report. Oh, not like this. I wanted, I want a dumbed down version. I don't want to look through that. I think I had it like on the first search. Here you go. Give me this stuff. Sales information for dummies as of September 30th. Pokemon sold incredibly well. I wonder what place that puts Pokemon, like Pokemon Sword and Shield. I know the original has the most sales, which is kind of weird when you think about it. Like a series that's been running for so long, and they still haven't been able to uh, to get the same sales that they got in their first games that came out. That's kind of weird. I mean, it was such a phenomenon, though. 31 million Pokemon Red, Green, and Blue. Pokemon Gold and Silver, 23.73. Well, hey, 23.73. What are we at over here? 22.64. That might actually overtake Gold and Silver. 23.73. Yeah. That's only a little bit more than a million away. It could definitely do that. More than likely, it's going to overtake it to become the second highest selling Pokemon game. That's which is incredible. Then we got Diamond and Pearl, which we're going to get remakes of. They might sell pretty well. That's a good decision then. Now that I'm looking at this, this is the fourth best-selling titles in the series. So that was a probably went into making the decision to remake those. Hmm. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. Yeah, it's decent sales. Those games were good. They weren't terrible. And I still have to pick up Brick Fit Adventure. I haven't done that yet. What's the best-selling game on the 3DS? Okay, yeah, Mario Kart 7. Yep. Oh, of course, Pokemon's. Pokemon's. Did we not get any Pokemon games? No, like I don't think so. Not like any mainline Pokemon games. That's weird that the Wii didn't get that. Jeez. So the Switch has sold Wii Sports is ridiculous because it was bundled in with it. The software output for Switch is just on another level, even comparing it to the best of what Nintendo has made. I mean, that's ridiculous, man. Is that it? Is that all the information here? Financial highlights? Okay. I don't like it when it's in yen. I don't want to do math right now. It's got to be a website that breaks this down easier. Let's see. No, why did I click on this? Oh, here we go. Nintendo World Report. Let's see if we can find a Switch Pro in here somewhere. I don't think so. Nintendo shipments for the fiscal year came up to a total of 28.83. Is this for this? Oh no, this is for May 6th. Man, that's crazy. In April through June of this year, Nintendo sold 4.45 million Switches and 45 million pieces of software. Wait, this is also old. Was this the quarterly? Maybe I have it wrong. Or was this the 6-month earning? No. It doesn't. Nintendo's profits remain down. How do you figure though? Like, what is down to them? Like, what do you have to do to? You got a system that's breaking records left and right, selling incredible amounts of software, and still it's down. Like, earlier this week, Nikkei reported that Nintendo was encountering production issues related to the ongoing chip shortage, which has also been a problem for Sony and Microsoft with its latest hardware. In the updated Q2 financial reports issued by Nintendo, it's effectively confirmed that report, though its impact on the company's bottom line looks set to be minimal. As reported by Nikkei, Nintendo has dropped its estimate for shipped Switch systems from 25.5 million units to 24 million. Is that for the fiscal year, though? What is that? For the rest of the year? For Nintendo Switch hardware, we reduced our forecast by 1.5 million units. Our shipment forecast for the second half was reduced because of the change in our production plan due to the effects of the global semiconductor shortage. On the other hand, we revised the Nintendo Switch software forecast by 10 million units to 200 million units. Wait. Oh, software. Yeah. We revised. Based on the sales performance of the first half. As you can see, it's revised its software sales up despite the likely delay of Advance Wars 1 and 2. That wasn't going to sell that much. Like, that's going to make a huge impact with that. into the next fiscal year to reflect higher than expected game sales to date. Like, that's really weird. Despite its likely delay of Advance Wars, which is most likely going to sell 20 million units by itself. Yeah, right. Major holiday releases include Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, which is going to do crazy amounts of sales. Grand Theft Auto the Trilogy will also do crazy. At the moment, Kirby and the Forgotten Land is pegged for spring 2022, which is also going to, I would say, like, that's, if it's a good game, that could be an easy 10 million seller. So it'll be interesting to see if that squeaks into financial year with a March release to help boost numbers. Moving on to the bottom line of Nintendo's profits, just like in quarter one, they're well down on the equivalents from last year when varying degrees of global lockdowns and Animal Crossing New Horizons drove sales to a staggering level. As you can see in the numbers below, however, Nintendo is still in a strong position and making substantial profits. Net sales 624 billion yen, down 18.9%. Dang, dude, that's crazy operating profit. Well, the Switch train continues and still predicting a record console seller from Nintendo. The pandemic was always going to inflate sales figures as people were stuck at home. That's true. Yep. Historical fiscal year quarter two Switch sales figures. So quarter two, 2.92 for 2017. Okay. 2018 it was 3.17. 2019 was 4.88. 2020 was 6.86. That's ridiculous for a quarter. Fiscal year 2021 quarter two hardware sales were well below that of 2020, obviously, not just due to the lack of pandemic lockdowns plus Animal Crossing, but also decreasing demand as a result of the announcement and the 2021 quarter three launch of the Switch OLED model. That is true. A lot of people aren't taking that into consideration. They're just saying that, oh, it's sold pretty bad, even though that's an incredible amount. Plus, there's a semiconductor shortage as well. The good news is that software sales were only marginally down year over year, 2.4 to be exact. Yeah, that's nothing. Bodes very well for the holiday season, given that the holiday lineup is considerably stronger. Yep. For comparison, historical fiscal year quarter two PS4 sales 3.4, 4.0, 3.9, which are all pretty strong. It's just maintained. So, okay, so if you compare it directly, 2.2, 3.4, that goes to PS4. That goes to PS4. That goes to Switch. That goes to Switch. That goes to PS4, but not by much. And that's right. That's pretty good. So that's pretty good. So they're pretty much tied. I mean, PS4 got the first three quarter two sales, 3 out of 5, but the fifth one not by much, 3.9 versus 3.8. I mean, it's almost splitting hairs there. 2.8 million, and then but it kind of just falls off here. Like, it's pretty. And here's PS5. First one is 3.3 compared to Switch's 2.92. Switch hardware sales last quarter were obviously very disappointing compared to the monstrous 2021. That's insane. But it's quite in line with how PS4 performed. It is. It's a little ridiculous to expect year-on-year increases in hardware sales for a 4-year-old system. Yeah. But ridiculous logic and Nintendo go hand in hand. Yeah, that's true. I hope this motivates them to put more effort into their business. I don't know what that comment's about. With Corona around, there's only losers at the moment. There are delays, problems in the production, and of course, ill people. It will take some time until things get normal again. Well, if 2022 releases stay in schedule, And I would expect sales to uptick with the likes of Breath of the Wild 2, Bayonetta 3, new Monster Hunter Sunbreak, amongst other top releases. Yeah, they're definitely here to stay. But people, Nintendo always say that they can't say more, but feel big time to look at what's behind the reason why. Now, if this was no COVID, that'd be a different story for why sales are down. But COVID is the biggest player in town here, causing supply chain worker. Notice I said workers shortage. That's true. Yeah, there is a shortage right now. I'm a bit confused about your post. Corona is actually the reason why so many companies have problems with productions. Okay, I'm not gonna read it for you. Amidst ongoing pandemic, whilst 4 years into a console's lifespan, with so much continuously growing entertainment competition, not to mention direct competitors releasing newer, more powerful hardware. Yeah, exactly. Like despite PS5 and these new video cards on these new PCs that can do such amazing stuff with graphics, and this despite all this, and Xbox Series X obviously, and um, Xbox the streaming, not the streaming service, but the Netflix type service, whatever you call it. Despite all that, it's still doing all this, which is incredible. And people, that's what people, they don't take into consideration. They just, it's absolutely insane. One never knows what will come next, but what I tried to say was that thanks to Corona, nothing is or as it was, no matter what company we speak about. We can only hope that normality will come back as soon as possible. Yeah. They need a bump in specs, but with the chip shortage, this could be a while. That's true. Yeah. Even if people want that, even if Nintendo wants to do that, it's very difficult right now with the chip shortage. What is this? Nintendo teases big upgrades for Nintendo Switch Online. Nintendo has teased it will have some big upgrades coming to Nintendo Switch Online in the future. While the publisher's online subscription service has already received a rather notable upgrade within the past month thanks to the addition of games from Nintendo 64 and Sega Genesis libraries, Nintendo has indicated that this will seemingly just be the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the future of the platform. Mentioned in its latest financial report that was released last week, Nintendo stated it has plans to continue to grow the Nintendo Switch Online service. All those specific details related to what these new expansions might look like weren't given. What did they exactly say? Oh, okay. So the company said that it wants to further grow Switch Online as a way of continuing to make players engage with the Switch platform as a whole. By enhancing services, we have increased opportunities for members to continue playing Nintendo Switch. These enhancements include game trial events, which allow players to play specific title, okay, and the addition of member-exclusive games. Nintendo explained that in the report, going forward, we will continue to improve and expand both the Nintendo Switch Online and Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack. Now, what does that mean? They continue to improve and expand both the Nintendo Switch Online. This is in quotes, so they said it just like that. They want to expand both the Nintendo Switch Online and Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack, striving to provide services that satisfy customers. What does that tell you? That means that they know that there's a large portion that are not satisfied. That's what that means. And also, I find interesting that it says that they want to improve both the Nintendo Switch Online and okay, so that means, what would be cool if they added another system onto the Switch Online. For $20, they added like Game Boy games. And then at the same time, they would add like Game Boy Advance games to the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack. Or like Julio was saying, Dreamcast games. They can add like Dreamcast games to the expansion pack, and then just put like a Game Boy games on the Nintendo Switch Online. If they did that, just Game Boy and Dreamcast, yes. If they did that, day one, I'm buying the expansion pack. That would be awesome if they did that. But this is right here is what does that mean? Expand both Nintendo Switch Online. I hope that that's what they're thinking of, adding more value to the Switch on the original, to the vanilla one. Because if they do that, otherwise I don't know what that means. Is it just more game trials? I don't think they would say. I don't think they would say expand. That's the thing. Like, continue to me improve and expand, or like they have to choose their words carefully. I don't think they're just throwing words out there. So if it's to improve, I could see things like messaging, you know, uh, things like that. Where you can, I don't know, download, make it. You could customize stuff, just different little. That's what I think improve means. But expand is that word right there is what got me. How are you going to expand the Nintendo Switch Online? That doesn't mean that you just going to offer more game trials, because you already do that. That's not really expanding. Expanding means that you are giving more to what you're already getting with the service. That's what I take from expanding. And if that's true, then that will be incredible. Like the moment they do that, they completely redeem themselves. If they did that. When it comes to what Nintendo could bring to the Switch Online in the future, one recent rumor has suggested that the Game Boy titles could be soon playable on the platform. Man, that would be so cool. With the past month, new reports and rumors have started to circle suggesting that popular games from Game Boy and Game Boy Color will come to Nintendo Switch Online at some point. Not the expansion pack, but online. Yes, that will be very exciting. When the moment they do that, yeah. While Nintendo obviously hasn't confirmed this to be true yet, this move does seem to be a logical one and may become official at some point within the coming year. Julio says also, if they add Pokemon games to the expansion, I'm down. Oh man, if they add Pokemon games, that'd be incredible. How do you feel about Nintendo Switch Online in its current form? That's a very good article. Huge PS4 sale makes AAA games just $3. Come on, man, $3. Metro 2033, $3. Like what? This is why. This is not good. This is not. That's not good. That's not you. If you buy a game, and you pay $60, you know, and you, it doesn't matter if it's been like 4 or 5 years. That your $60 turned into $3. You can't resell that game. That's why the Nintendo business, the way they do their business, is ideal for both the company and the consumer, because you get worth out of the money that you put into your system. You actually have worth to your stuff. Like Apple's prices don't go down. I'm not even an Apple fan. What happened to Go Nintendo? Is that even still up? I used to go there all the time. Oh, he's still making stuff. Cool. He wasn't making stuff for a while. He wasn't posting on here for a while. Sometimes I look at the rumors. Life is Strange is coming to Switch. Oh, that's an old rumor. Looks like he hasn't posted rumors in a while. I thought there was a post here for just specifically for Nintendo rumors. By the end of its lifespan, ARMS might be one of my favorite Switch exclusives. It's a really good game. I think it's a very unappreciated game. Very exciting game. Julio, did you ever play ARMS? It feels like a good base for a superior sequel. Yes. Looking for... Oh, here we go. General discussion? You've never played it? It's really good. But again, I can see why you haven't played it because they don't go down in price. It's still $60. I have tons of saved data and accounts on my system. There isn't any convenient way to swoop all that data in the new console. I don't think so. Yep, you have to do account by account. And if you have Animal Crossing save data, make sure you have the island transfer tools. This is an extra step. Meant to post this last night, but forgot, and others beat me to it. Cool visual showing how Japan's market share evolved over the years, leading up to the Switch basically wiping the floor with everyone else. Let's see it. There you go. Oh, man, PlayStation Portable was... Well, 3DS came out. Jeez. I forgot how much 3DS dominated in Japan. And then PlayStation 4. Ooh, and for a second there, PlayStation 4 was a little bit, and then Switch has just been destroying everybody. It's kind of cool. No, you have to do it account by account, and if you have Animal Crossing save data, make sure you have the island transfer. Oh, I read that. Does anyone know when the cloud version of Kingdom Hearts will release on Switch? Ugh, cloud version. I tried that. I was thinking about buying the Guardians of the Galaxy cloud version, but it ran terribly. I would show you guys, but my my game capture thing seems to have just messed up. Julio says, I'm a weird player. I don't like games where I separate the Joy-Cons. I don't either, man. I don't like separating the Joy-Cons. I like the Pro Controller. Me too. I love the Pro Controller. It's such a good controller. Why have we gone a couple of days without a post? That's 3 days. Nearly everyone who posted in this thread left. Oh, wow. Why? I've been busy with school. What have I missed? I don't know the exact details. Mods is something a lot of people disagree with. This is true, yeah. That's why a lot of people moved over to install base, which sucks because you can't. This is supposedly where. Oh, maybe not. Maybe. Mods is something that a lot of people disagree with, and there was a mass exodus of Nintendo fans who went on creating a new set of Nintendo websites. Perhaps someone else could offer further details. The details have been gone over and over at this point. The long and short of it is, mods pissed off the Media Crate community, which caused them to leave. That's the ones that started install base. The people that did the Media Crate. The MC threads and this thread had a large overlap, so a lot of the regular posters on this thread left too. The MC community is now at install base, and Nintendo airs at Family Boards. Oh, let's go to Family Boards. Everyone is here. This is cool. Is this the same thing though? You can only see the first. Are you going to play Shin Megami Tensei the dub way, or it has to be dub? No, sub. Ultimate gave you Sephiroth versus Sword Fight. Kingdom Hearts 3 did not. Oh, that's right. Yeah, he wasn't in it. Yeah. I'm completely fine with Breath of the Wild 2 remixing Breath of the Wild 1's map instead of going to a new location. I actually welcome it. I yeah, but it's not going to be like a one-to-one copy. Like they're going like the world is obviously going to be completely changed. There's going to be such new, it's not going to be like just a few things added here and there. Like I'm sure that there's going to be, it's going to be unrecognizable in certain areas. I almost expect that. Like we've had what? How many years of production? 2017 is when that came out. 18, 19, 20, 21. That's 4 years. And who knows if they were working on it before it released, before the first one released. Furukawa on next gen Switch, still thinking about the concept of a machine, too early to talk about it. Current Switch is still in midlife. Yeah, of course it is. It's selling like crazy. There's no reason. People are like jumping on like, oh, there used to be a new Switch. No, this one is still selling like crazy. From the recent earnings result as well, the QA that just happened, Shuntaro Furukawa gave a few important comments on Nintendo's strategy for the next gen hardware. Since I feel this could lead to a lot of discussion, I took the liberty to create a separate thread. First off, the next... Ooh, Q&A from the call highlights. What does the... Well, sorry. What doing to address semiconductor shortage? That's why I'm like, it threw me off. Like, because it's translated. Seeing little bit of an impact, reviewing designs to reduce the impact on the business. What can you say about the 20XX next gen device? Nothing can say. Switch Think, what? Switch Think is in middle phase of cycle. Now have OLED and momentum continues with wide variety of software lineup. Okay, on the next gen, we are not saying right now. We are still going through internal discussion on concept, timing, etc., and discussing everything. Wow. They're in that early of a stage? I mean, I would be too. Oh, I just clicked on it. Whoops. Super Mario movie. Are there any movies to come? I'm just going with the flow, man. I'm not even I'm jumping from different topics. I think next gen is ready to go 4K. I think so too. I think they need to. I think they need to go 4K on the next one. I don't think it should be 1080. Concept, timing, etc., and discussing everything. Super Mario movie. Are there any other movies to come? Super Mario film is pretty much done. They found some info on the OLED Switch that is capable to go 4K. Yeah, I read something about that where it's you can broadcast in 4K, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to play games in 4K. Maybe just maybe just shows, but I could be wrong. Maybe it will play like very simple games in 4K. I'm not sure. Super Mario film is pretty much done. Working on the last bit. Have a very good feeling about it, but we are very careful not to betray customers and meet expectations. Continue to work to polish the movie. Okay, good. Would like to roll out with other IPs for movies, etc. People should experience IP in various ways. Well, I'm guessing that's ways. But going one by one, not saying doing many IP movies at the same time, Miyamoto answered. Will IP sales be contact point or generate profits? We create characters in games. Creates affinity with users and try not to have overexposure. Priority is dedicated game device. Objective is for IP to drive interest in games. Huh. Interesting. Jeez. What the heck? Okay. Oh, this is what I saw early today. In addition to conventional investments, Nintendo will be expanding its game development capability up to 900 million, non-game by 450 million. Wow. Well, theme parks, right? Oh no, this is separate from theme parks. And expand relationships with consumers, 2.7 billion in theme parks and stores and stuff. Big numbers for sure. Doubling down with the Switch cash. Yeah, that's awesome. Record high numbers in sale, participating companies and titles. All right, let's go back because this is all stuff that we've already seen. The current state of the, yeah. Oh, this is funny. I actually didn't want to look at this. All right, let's look at the whole thing. Oh, okay. This is the top. New data on annual playing users is interesting. Annual playing users are those who play their Nintendo Switch at least once per year. Huh. It's gone down? So for 420 to 3 2021, it was 87 million? What? Was there even 87 million Switches? So every single person that owns a Switch hooked it up to the internet? Because how else would they know? That doesn't seem right to me. Every single person, all 87 million, hooked it up to the internet. That's, okay. And then that's weird too. 79 million. That's if 1 hour only. At least once per year. 1 hour only. I don't understand that. Like at least 1 hour? Plus the demographics mix of users is very wide. This is kind of throwing me off a little bit here, these two numbers. Like, why is this so much lower? Because the pandemic maybe is going away and people are going out more, staying in less. Maybe that's part of what. Maybe that's what it is. Plus, the demographics mix of users is very wide. Current state of Nintendo Switch demographics. Everybody's joking that this is the age right here where kids become self-conscious of that they're playing Nintendo games. Like 13, I don't want to play Nintendo games. These are little kids. And then you start getting to 20, you're like, I don't care, man. Nintendo games are fun. I'm just playing it. And then we're right about here. Yeah. That's a lot of kids. Some people are like, well, that means that kids are playing more like other games now, like Call of Duty and all this other stuff, but that's a lot of kids. I mean, I'm not sure how many millions that is, but also like how many parents set up the Switch? They don't put an age. They just give them, they put their information, then give it to their kids. So that's also, I don't know. Like that's what I did, and my kid plays my Switch. How many other people are doing the same thing? 6,700 titles on the platform is a great sign. Note that the release doc says about 1,200 releases a package, so presume 5,500 are digital only. Record high numbers in sales, participating companies and titles. Titles available from this. Okay. That's a lot. It's a crazy amount of games, man. Crazy. I can't imagine collecting them all. Over 250 million Nintendo accounts plus 32 million Nintendo Switch online paying members. I was think it would have hit 37 million by now, so it seems low versus the 26. But that's what I've been saying. That's what I've been saying. It is. It was at 40% of the install base into September, exactly a year ago, when they had their 6 months. They said that 40% of Nintendo Switch owners had the Nintendo Switch Online, and now only 35% have it. That is a drop, even though it's more numbers, but there are a lot more people that have Switches. So it should scale. The more Switches, the more people you should have online, and the percentage should be the same, not go down. But it did go down. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, that's all good points. That's all really good points. The aim of this 6 year of growth is underpinned by three factors. The first is that Nintendo Switch offers three play modes, meaning the system can be played in a variety of scenarios, which creates broader opportunities to enjoy games, which is why the system is so attractive to begin with, because it's you can play it's very versatile. It's a versatile system. That's what gives it its marketability. It's the first versatility. The second is that the motivations behind those purchases have diversified. Probably meaning that, like, if you bought a system and you have a family, you probably want to buy like another one, or you want to upgrade to an OLED. So that's what they might be hinting at. And the third factor, or leading to, and the third factor is our robust lineup of evergreen titles, coupled with the continuous release of new titles. Yeah, it's crazy. It'll be interesting to see your opinion on these comments and infos, especially considering many rumors are trying to pin the next gen Switch are releasing next year. It doesn't seem likely to me, and neither to me, that any hardware is at all planned to release next year. Yeah, I don't think so either. What is the stream about? Well, Zilla, my game card fried, man. So I'm just hanging out, man. I set all this up. I'm like, I'm not gonna let it go to waste. So I'm just like hanging out, just reading stuff. But I'm glad you stopped by, man. Okay, this is definitely less of a fluff statement. The offense is going to be weak for this one. I made this thread specifically for you, dedicated. Blah, blah, blah. I think the middle phase is a range of time that will occur until they announce the successor. At that moment, the final phase of Switch cycle will start. To me, that means a year or a year and a half more of middle phase, along with what Nate's been hearing. It's pretty bold that Nintendo themselves are setting a goal for year-over-year growth for the Switch of 2022, so basically no one has seen that as a current trend, especially with supply chain constraints. They must be confident in next year's pipeline. I'm pretty sure they are. Ancestors. No, what's that, man? Oh wait, I think I saw something about this game. Yeah, you start out like, yeah, I think I remember when this game came out. It looked really interesting, and the graphics looked amazing. 10 million, 2 million years ago, beginning journey. Ruthless Africa. Whoa. That's cool. Oh, wasn't there another game like that called like Evolve or something? I'm pretty sure there was like another game that was about like, yeah, Evolve. No, that's not it. Oh no. Where you not even as cool. Oh, this one. There's one that Is it called like black or white or something? Black and white? No, this isn't. This isn't it. Oh yeah, I think this is it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's not. Yeah, it's a different kind of game. The graphics seemed incredible with it. I remember the trailer to this. It's like a multiplayer thing. Yeah, the other one was a shooter. The guy who made SimCity or Fable made that game. Oh, okay. Everybody else having a midlife crisis and Switch spending midlife thriving. Oh, it's a single player game? It's pretty bold that Nintendo such a setting a goal for you. Okay, I believe that's referring to revenue and not install base. That makes sense. They have a big install base, which is still highly engaged, which should allow them to generate a lot of revenue, especially with the big lineup. Oh, and this is the point. The NSO expansion pack will be a part of that too. Of course it will. Of course it will. And Zilla, you weren't here earlier, but we were talking like, because they were saying that they're going to expand the Nintendo Switch Online and the expansion pack. And if they do that, people are going to jump on board. Like I will definitely do that. If especially if they expand both, because that's what they well, it has been translated, so you can never know. Something might be lost in translation, but the translation says that they're looking to expand both the NSO and the expansion pack. So if they were to add like Game Boy games on the NSO and like something else to the expansion pack, like Dreamcast or something that crazy, then a lot of people will jump on it, and that will be part of this is revenue. The revenue is going to go up next year for sure if a lot of people jump on the expansion pack. Doesn't just mean that if there's new hardware releasing in 2023, it's going to be firmly part of the Switch family. No, I don't think so. I don't think any new hardware. I'm on a family plan with my friends, and we pay like $3 each. Yeah, no, it's just I don't, I don't know, man. I don't care about like. It's not that I don't care. Like, I'll pay it if it's worth it. But if it's not worth it to me, like, even me, like, I'm still giving them that money. You know, even if I'm dividing it amongst friends, I'm still giving it to them, even if it's $3. And I don't. I just don't. I don't. It's almost like something like I just don't feel like doing that. It might just be me. I believe it's referring to revenue. Okay. It's not necessarily hardware sales, as that would probably be impossible. Yeah, that would be impossible. That's not going to happen. But rather growth from different other aspects like revenue. Yep. Certainly the most significant statement they made on the successor system for a while. Yep. Wait, doesn't roll out a more powerful iterative device? What does that mean? What does that even mean? At the moment, it means that if anything releases in the near future, say 2023, it'll be integrated into the current Switch hardware family and won't be a successor. Like Light and LED, the actual successor is still in concept phase and doesn't seem like it's releasing anytime soon. Can you imagine if they don't do like just a more powerful Switch and they go a completely different angle? I mean, if it's successful, great, but it's kind of weird to think that they would do something else. And it also strongly suggests that nothing is releasing next year. Yep, that's true. I don't think it is. I'm sure they have contingencies depending on how the market responds, but there is a sense of maintaining a current course. A major reason Wii sales fell off a cliff after 2010 was lack of new software. Is that true? I didn't keep up with the Wii at all. I don't, especially for Nintendo. With Switch, they could be able to pull off a few extra years with continued first-party support instead of releasing successor devices that underperform. I want to check that. No, I need something like per year. Uh-uh. List Nintendo games by year. Here we go. Let's see. The 2010s. Donkey Kong Country Returns. That's a huge game. Isn't this like a endless ocean? What is this? Nintendo published it. All right. What else? Mario Cement Factory? I know that's on the DS, but what is that? Yo, what's up with these ads? I think I turned off my ad blocker. Okay, Super Mario Galaxy 2 released in 2010. How are you going to say that? Wait, is that true? Yeah. So you got Poke Park Wii, Sin and Punishment Star Successor. That's a pretty big game. Super Mario All Stars, Wii Party, Kirby's Epic Yarn. That's pretty big. I mean, it's a little lighter, but I think that's a lot. Kirby's Return to Dreamland. Is that like a... Oh, that was the actual... That's the game. I thought that was like a SNES game or something. That's a full Kirby game. I've never played that. Kirby... Oh, sorry. Mario and Sonic at the London 20... Okay. Mario Sports Mix. Okay. Nothing. Yeah, they might be onto something. Mystery Case Files. Eesh, that's kind of... That is kind of... Oh, Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. So... Not a whole lot there besides the Legend of Zelda. I mean, the Mario Sports Mix, I guess. And the Kirby game. What's Fortune Street? Oh, I've heard of this game. So a little lighter. But Mario Party. But this time they were yeah, Wii U. Xenoblade Chronicles 2012. So wait a minute. So what was the difference? Like 2009 Punch Out, Wii Fit Sports Resort, New Super Mario Bros. Wii, Excite Bots. I mean, 2009 was weaker than 2010. Animal Crossing City Folk, Mario Kart Wii. That's huge. Yeah, that's huge. But okay, look at this. You have Smash Brothers, yes, it's huge. You have Mario Kart, yes, and Animal Crossing. That's 3 huge games. But then what was the rest for that year? Just yeah, you had 3 huge games, okay, but that's it. Here, I mean, you had one game. Punch Out, I guess, but I don't know. I don't. People just say things sometimes, and Wii sales fell off a cliff after 2010 was lack of new software. Well, there was new software. We saw it, especially from Nintendo. No, we saw it 2011 and 12. They were still coming out with stuff. I don't know. All right, man. Maybe I'll get a new. Probably be my last stream for a while, even though I haven't been streaming, and this is the second time. But I'm gonna be moving next week, so I do want to continue doing streams though. But next time, later.